fucking excellent. Okay.
Absolutely amazing. Well done, SCALD.
A big
Seer.
to the old schools.
Thank you so much for that. Everyone, you just witnessed witnessed PLUNGE, which was over a year's work by SCALD and the Seer, who we're joined by today, and also UKAEA and Force Majeure, who have remixed the audio on the album that you can get right now at Combat Recordings Bandcamp, right now, and you can get the full audio of that, 24-bit mastered, and remixes by them, and a multi-page PDF. So, guys, that was amazing. People, humans.
Thank you very much.
Humans, entities. Are you aliens? I think is the right answer, right appropriate phrase. We've got a lot of people who know you. Clearly, there's a lot of love there. But Mark Dicker Irished it up with a drop of milk. Let's introduce you to the people who don't know you. Let's start with the Seer. Who is the Seer?
Hey.
You. And do people know anything by you? What did you do in this? How did you weave? What did you weave into this tapestry that we just witnessed?
I weave through a virtual presence, I guess. I weaved myself through the SCALD into virtuality, mostly through my voice.
I think you did an amazing job. And SCALD, who are SCALD?
Oh,
give us a shout.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. So tell us a bit about you. I've seen you at a Towards Collapse last April, a Towards Collapse event, and that was my first introduction, and it was phenomenal. And
thanks.
That's it. So you were known as SCALD Process then, and now you're SCALD.
Oh yeah, I just realized I just like single word names. It's just less of a mouthful. I mean, even when we were SCALD Process, I was referring to it as SCALD anyway. So it's just laziness, really.
Okay. So and you're also known as a DJ and visual artist named Stormfield. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's for the more sort of like clubby, IDM-y, electronic-y, bleepy, acidy, jungly stuff.
And what about you, the other half of SCALD?
That's me.
What do you do, Liam?
Casual violinist, general recreationalist, and violinist producer, I guess. Releasing under my own imprint as Swarm, but I've been working with this dude since the age of 19, and it's been absolutely euphoric, to say the least.
Well, I think we all appreciated the results. So yeah, and you've done some stuff with Fabric and Fold. Is that correct?
That's right. So I've got I've been with Fold from day one. I've been helping out with the visual side. There's two people on the team, but one half of it is me. And basically, if it moves and looks really horrible, then it's probably my doing. I dart about all the clubs in London. Have been doing live visuals for whoever fucking wants it, basically.
Amazing. So so you've been creating this 3D immersive space. And how long have you been working on this?
If this is a question for me, well, Derek.
Sorry, I should have clarified. This is to SCALD and the Seer combined. You've been building this immersive 3D space.
Well, this one's
how long?
This one's an answer for Derek, who's been masterminding the old Unreal Engine. Take it away, my dude.
Well, I actually started learning Unreal Engine because of this guy. So it's kind of like a bit of a circular thing going on. I started learning Unreal probably just after the lockdown had begun, and initially it was a way to create additional graphics to what I was already doing, to put into spaces. But then But then as the lockdown went on, Unreal could be used as a virtual performance space as well. So moving beyond just having a really horrible green screen, we could have much higher quality graphics. So, I mean, originally the stream that you just saw, that was meant to have been done entirely live, but then I just realized that there were too many maybes that could have gone wrong. So we decided just to produce the hell out of it. I think normally to do something like this real time in Unreal would require a dedicated person to make sure that the stream's working and this and that. But yeah, so the idea is that we will create this virtual performance space and do it live at some point. We have already started working on the next 2 spaces already. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I would like to point out Derek's aptitude of the ability to learn a program in such a small space of time in comparison to how long it took me to learn Unreal, and to make incredible shit with it. Every other day it seems that Derek sends me new graphics that he's made in Unreal, and it's just like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. It's quite mind-blowing, really. Back to you, Derek.
well,
Derek, I have to say you are a very, very amazing human being and very, very hardworking. The entire summer throughout lockdown has been mainly, my inbox has mainly been filled with Derek sending me updates, messages, new samples, new stills, new trailers, new everything. And even before, as I've seen you do stuff at Crux AV. I've seen you DJ, do one of the best DJ sets I've ever seen in my life, supporting Venetian Snares. And
yes,
it was just
that was so good.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, that was really good, wasn't it? So that was a great DJ set. So
yeah, we raided his rider that night.
Good. I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah, he didn't touch most of the stuff in the fridge, so we just
all those carrots and celery, they were right for me.
Yeah, there's also like such as a ham and stuff that we could. Well, he's vegan, so we just took all the ham and used it for ourselves.
Well, there you go, and it fueled this project, perhaps, maybe indirectly. So you told me you started this last year. Actually, you told me you started working on this project last year.
Yeah. Well, I started I worked with Connie on this. I worked with Connie on this performance.
Connie is the Seer, for anyone who's not familiar.
Oh yes, sorry. I worked with this year for this performance at Ritualtronica at Eclectic, and you know, we'd always agreed that we would sort of evolve that and carry on developing stuff together. So it just kind of worked out, really.
Eclectic's a great little art space in Lambeth North in southwest London for anyone who's not familiar with it. But when we're doing events, you should definitely get back on that. So how did you and the Seer get together then? And how did that happen? How did this whole explosion start off?
I'm interested, tell me.
Uh,
Dan, UKAEA, and the Seer did a joint performance at Nick Force Majeure's night, Crux at 5 Miles in London, in Tottenham. So I did the visuals for that, and yeah, you know, we just started chatting from there. And I mean, Crux is a really, I have to say, Crux I owe a lot to for evolving this whole project, because Crux is kind of it's a testing ground. It gives you just enough pressure that you have to deliver well, but at the same time, it's forgiving enough, because everyone has to forgive each other's sets, because everyone does mess up.
It's supportive. It's supportive.
Yeah,
supportive vibe.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. So we're hearing from Nick Force Majeure, who is one of the people who remixed the audio on the album that you can get in the link in the description below this video right now. The Combat Recordings link. You can get that right now, and I thoroughly suggest that you do. And Force Majeure, you've run Crux AV, but you've got quite a lot going on, haven't you, Nick?
I do, and it's not all this kind of in this direction, but yeah, as Derek said, I mean, we've hosted SCALD in various forms and individually, Derek and Liam as well, and yeah, Dan and Connie as well, doing that performance that Derek spoke about, which was at 5 Miles last year, I think last summer or something like that, in 2019. But yeah, I mean, it is meant to be kind of like a testing ground, like a, you know, a bit of a kind of a lab kind of feeling to it. So a lot of people try out new performances and new collaborations and stuff like that. So yeah, and as I said, I've seen quite a few iterations of SCALD through that and various things we've done. So yeah, I mean, it's been great to kind of, again, yeah, sort of build it full circle. Yeah, that was a nice, I guess that was how I kind of got involved in this project.
Well, that's brilliant. So Force Majeure, let's hear a bit about that. Now, the first time I heard of this iteration of what you do, or this side of you, was when the Towards Collapse people got you to do a live set at the Towards Collapse takeover at 10 Years of Chaos in February. So
yeah.
What's different about this? Why did you give this a separate name and entity?
Well, yes, I've been doing various things for about since the late 90s, but most of it's quite sort of dance floor fueled, and I kind of come from sound system background, so it's all kind of quite ravey really. But I've always had, you know, various other passions that lie outside of that, and I think especially from doing, well, I did my first live set only event in 2000, I realised recently, so that was quite a while ago, and then Crux as a project has been going for six or so years. So that kind of fueled me getting more interested in producing some of that sort of stuff that we were displaying as well myself. And so yeah, it's just a different outlet for me that's a bit more abstract and darker, and yeah, allows me to sort of put something else. It wasn't meant to be a live set project, and then weirdly I've mostly only done live sets with it. So that's kind of got turned on its head really. I was never planning to play live. Then Hecate Sound System were doing like Praxis Records, and they wanted me to play, and I said, oh, actually, I've got this thing. I haven't got a live set, but if you give me a deadline, I'll probably do one. So that's how it started, really. Yeah, deadlines are good.
Things work out.
Yeah, it's
so,
and now I need to go back and actually make some recordings. So, obviously it's been great to do this remix, but I need to get some more of my own stuff done and get an EP together in the next few months.
Well, I've been very impatient all year. I've been looking you up all the time on Bandcamp, anywhere can I find something to listen to by Force Majeure. And only recently, because so far it's just been a Facebook page, yeah. Force Majeure Audio, if you're looking for the URL, anyone. And yeah, but you've just finally put a track out on the Catharsis compilation, is that right?
Yeah, so that's like the first actual like original thing that's actually been released. Yeah, I've got something also, I've got an older, sort of like an early experiment and an early sort of DJ mix as well on my SoundCloud, which is the same soundcloud.com/Force Majeure Audio. And you can find some of the older stuff on there and the first iteration of the live set. But yeah, you know, and doing the remix is wicked because it was like really good to work with this really long piece and just boiled it down until it was like super intense. And yeah, which is kind of really what I want to do, the Force Majeure sound. But as I said, I need to go off and then make some more original compositions now.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Yeah, do it. So how did the Catharsis compilation come about then?
Well,
was that somebody else who was sick of not hearing your music and saying, look, put something out, we're going to do it for you?
A little bit, but actually that also came from the Chaos Theory Festival, you know, yeah, you say in February. Was chatting to, well, there I met Ophelia, who's playing as Ectosphere and Aphasia, and she got in touch afterwards and was just wanted to get something that was kind of basically quite similar to what I was playing at that festival. So I kind of developed one of the live tracks, a bit like, I guess in a way there's a mirror to this project as well. There's a live track which is kind of again condensed down and then stuck a lot more production on it. So yeah, and as I said, but it'd be nice to then start from scratch, which was basically what it was, how it started really. Meant to be a more recording based project. It'd be good to come back to that.
Fuck yeah. I'm
looking forward to more. So I feel like UKAEA is about to be possessed fairly soon if I don't jump to him and see what's going on there. So UKAEA, you've also done a remix and for this, and that was actually premiered on Threads Radio last week. Is that right?
All right. Yeah, I played it myself on there, to be honest, so I can't really say that it was premiered by like a third party or anything. But
right, okay.
I just knocked it out on the radio, so yeah. Yeah.
Well, great. I mean,
and just sort of tried to destroy the audio as much as possible, and it was a good time.
Well, great. So that's already, some people have heard that, but if not, that's also included in the release on Combat Recording on the link below in the description box. So get that, jump on that, check it out. Now, UKAEA, you played 9 years of Chaos, but I've been a fan of yours for absolutely years before and after, and that's probably one of the smallest things you've ever done, to be honest. You've played some absolutely banging nights. So, and you've got loads of releases out. So you just released an exclusive track on the Baba Yaga's Hut compilation album, isn't that right?
Yeah, had fun doing that. And
yeah.
Thanks to Anthony for
Was it fun?
putting that out. And well, it wasn't actually fun to make. I mean, basically, it's a sort of a hymn to insomnia, and it's not pleasant, and it wasn't fun to make at all. It was actually quite harrowing. And
that sounds like a cheerful listen, at least.
Quite sad, but yeah, I mean, you know, you can hear it, and it bangs like 150 BPM. Well, get it to you.
I would say the perfect speed for any music.
Yeah,
you can't beat it. 150.
Excellent.
You know,
everything should be 150.
Is it the perfect soundtrack to Insomnia?
I mean, it depicts that kind of horrible, itchy, possessed feeling that you get at 4 a.m. when you know that you're going right through and you can't help it. For me, at least, anyway. I don't know about anyone else. It's a personal thing, isn't it? But for me, yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, depicts that sense of horror.
Well, it kind of suits the whole lockdown thing as well. I mean, my sleep cycle drifted about 4 times. I was doing 48-hour days because I literally live in a room with no windows, and without any outdoor routine, that's just what happens. So yeah, you know, I think we were kind of on a similar page for different reasons.
Yeah,
that's really yeah. I mean, it's interesting that general isolation and bleakness and this whole year has been such an ordeal for everyone in such unique ways. It's really interesting to see how people are channeling that and putting stuff out despite the challenges. So UKAEA, you've also got an album coming out on Hominid Sounds. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Next week it'll be released. The pre-orders have gone out already. It wasn't a lockdown album because I was working stupid hours throughout the whole thing, but maybe it was in the sense that everyone I collaborated with was spread around the UK, so they had to send in bits and bobs, like Dale, one of the vocalists, singing into the iPhone on her house in Sheffield, sending me the files and saying, oh, it starts at 50 seconds, and then you just kind of line it up and go, wow, yeah, it does. And like John Hannon in Southend just sending me the beautiful abstract violin parts, and it's all fully formed, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just lucky to work with so many amazing people, and Connie doing a beautiful vocal in her bathroom for one track.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So have you ever worked with this many collaborators on one project before?
I mean, generally the live shows feature like up to 12 people, so that's all at the same time, so that can be a bit mad. So this felt quite calm by comparison, like quite measured.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's also a very diverse album as well, isn't it? You know, like incorporates such a wide. Every track feels like a distinct song, which is I don't know.
Yeah.
Or would you say you felt that way about?
Mood to mood. That's what the term is, isn't it? Mood to mood.
Yeah. All right. So that's out on this Friday, the 13th on November at Hominid Sounds. So go to their Bandcamp. Absolutely brilliant label. You're getting a lot of love from Maud the Moth, Codex Europa, saying impressive. Metalog, excellent use of Unreal Engine in this way as well. Really impressive and effective.
What's it called?
And yeah, just a lot of love. Riot Milu was checking it out earlier, and Maud the Moth is absolutely loving it. We're getting a lot of great love from musicians, and a lot of general love and fawning over you for this amazing project. It's just been Section 27 as well, giving you love. Section 27 is a cool little. I don't know too much about them. They've done some stuff with Metalog. They're a label.
Oh,
that's all I know.
Yeah, Section 27 is a colleague up in Scotland. I've got a joint release with him probably in January or February. It'll be
Okay.
Stormfield and Midsummer on Combat Recordings. We were actually meant to release it in December, but yeah, work just got in the way, and so yeah, it'll be end of January, early February. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be very different from SCALD.
Fuck yeah, that sounds sick.
That sounds absolutely amazing. So one more thing, well, to do with releases coming up at least. Now you've got a lot of, I mean, this is an exquisite piece of work, and no matter what we do, we've got Emily Bailey Visuals, by the way. Give her a lot of love for processing, sorting this out, and trying to stream this in a way that tries to capture any of the quality.
Hey,
Thank you, Emily.
big ups.
But no matter what we, big ups, Emily. No matter what we do, YouTube and streaming technology in general isn't going to capture the detail in the finest.
It's not quite flat, is it?
It's not quite flat. So, Combat Recordings are going to be releasing an HD version, the proper HD download of this video, in a month on 7th of December. So, again, if you go to the link at the bottom for Combat Recordings, save that, keep an eye on it, follow it, you'll be able to get that in a month's time and get the proper HD version. Until then, you'll be able to watch all this and play back on the Chaos Theory YouTube channel for the next few weeks. And if you subscribe to the Chaos Theory YouTube channel, you'll be able to get a notification whenever a new video comes up to watch, and that'll be cool. And also, if you want to go a little lower, you can find our Bandcamp link and you can buy merch. Or if you don't fancy buying merch, because there's a lot of merch going around at the moment, you can just donate via Dice as well and just chuck us a bit of cash, and that's all going towards us getting better gear so that we can just keep doing stuff in a better quality and just bringing you more great music, and keeping you connected with that world, which feels very isolated sometimes, but actually we're all out there, and they're all out there making amazing stuff for you. So guest artists, UKAEA, the Seer, SCALD, Force Majeure. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about? Anything you want to add to our lovely viewers today?
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah, big up Chaos Theory.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh well, actually, I think Liam, aka Swarm, is playing at Fold not too long from now.
Oh yeah, well let me
really?
let my plugs going, my dude.
Really?
On
Yes,
22nd, we've got a Fold live stream with a host of rather good artists under the guise Natural Selection, which I'm honoured to be a resident of. So that's going to be a euphoric live stream. So if you're looking for something else to watch while you're at home during lockdown, then you've got something coming at you, right? And it's probably in the form of lots of kick drums. On top of that, I've got a release coming out on my own label, Laminar Flow, which is basically...
What's the Bandcamp for that?
The Bandcamp is called Laminar Flow, like the water being shot out of the side of something which has no friction. It's fucking euphoric. Don't pass up on that.
Certainly will.
But one of the most esoteric releases that we've released with an artist called Giaco Fargin, it's now on pre-order until the 13th, which is when it's actually going to come out. And if you're up for grabbing a copy, it's rather cheap, and will support us all to keep on making music like this. So back to you.
Yay. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I've just had a message from somebody who can't log into YouTube, but they wanted to ask me. So it's a mate of mine called Adam, and he just said that was a huge amount of. Hey Adam, there's a huge amount of sounds in that, and he wants to know what your influences were and what if you can name any influences that went into that, or you think went into that. It's a really weird question, but broad question, should I say? It's not weird at all. But, great question.
I think first and foremost, probably Future Sound of London, which was a really huge ambient, weirdy, electronic-y band in the 90s. They created this entire world of sound, and most of the releases came with like a full graphics booklet as well to sort of give you a glimpse into what what their world was like. So yeah, mainly that. I'm also a huge fan of Deaf Center, Jesse Woolston, Brian Reitzel, who did the sound for the Hannibal series, which is incredible.
Yes,
I really suggest.
so good.
Wow.
So good.
That was pristinely produced show.
No, it's incredible. Brian Reitzel is incredible. The Hannibal series is just like watching it whilst under the influence of certain things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those I would say would be the main influences for SCALD.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, there's so much I want to tell people about the process, and you know, the fact that you recorded the piano in a chapel, and then you used the Tascam recorder. The fact that you've told me about just all these different parts that went into this piece. But I think we're going to have to wrap it up for now, and we can save that for the HD release and put a bit of detail there for people who are immensely curious about the sheer volume of work that has gone into this masterpiece.
Did you say Seer
created.
or cheer?
The Seer, but I would like to cheer the Seer.
Yes,
Hey.
my dude.
Yes.
Okay.
So, all right, everyone. So I just want to say thanks to our guests again. Thanks to everyone for watching. This will be on the Chaos Theory YouTube channel for playback at some point. Subscribe, buy stuff at Combat Recordings, and follow all the links, and just spend all your money on these people so they can all keep on doing what they do. Thanks very much. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone else.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Cool.
Ciao, Bella.